All right, this thing is pretty sick. Never did I think I would be this hyped to ride a scooter. Would 2018 me be disappointed? Wait, scooter reviews? Bro, we ride real motorcycles. You used to roast people for riding e-bikes. Yeah, I guess we're doing scooter reviews now. Who cares? Let's do this video. Anyways, this is the Ausom L2 Max. Dual 1000-watt motors running on 48 volts, full suspension with coil shocks front and rear, and some real chunky 10-inch by 3-inch dual sport tires. First impressions, this thing is freaking big. I'm 5'11", and the bars are literally like up to my nipples. Look how much taller it is than the RTR. That's crazy, big difference. Okay guys, so this awesome scooter has a ton of features, so I'm gonna run you through them right now. Power button on the handlebars, NFC to turn on the scooter, no keys needed. A full color screen with crisp display, a trigger style throttle, turn signal buttons for both sides, a horn button for safety. It sounds like your smoke detector needs batteries. A functioning brake light. Not one, but 2 charge ports for faster charging. Ambient LED lights across the deck that you can turn off as you wish. 10-inch wheels front and rear, which have a nice little dual sport tread and are 3 inches wide. Full suspension front and rear with coil shocks. It even has ABS somewhere in these settings, but I'm too lazy to figure that out. A dual motor button to switch from single to dual motor. Fully foldable steering stem. Just unscrew this. Now, yes, this thing folds and it's compact, but this thing is pretty damn heavy at 73 pounds. But this is great when you're, cruising down the street at 40 miles an hour because you have some extra weight, but it sucks when you're carrying this thing up the stairs into your apartment. Good thing I'm jacked. Oh. All right. Oh, your shoes. I don't think an elderly lady is gonna be able to do that. Or you. It does fit easily into the back of a van, or honestly any car with a little bit of room. It does get pretty compact, it's just heavy. Oh yeah, another feature I forgot about, it's kind of less of a feature and just like a nice touch. They added these little rubber covers, which you put over top of the bolts here. So in case you ever drop this thing, it won't scratch up the bolts. It'll just scratch up these rubber gaskets. I know it's cheap, I know it's simple, but I actually really like that idea on this thing. Plus it cleans up the color so it's all black instead of seeing some bright silver nuts. Well, without further ado, I'd say it's time we get on this scoot and do some testing. Okay guys, here she is all folded up. I wanted to show you assembly from the most compact form to actually riding it. Again, to get this up, we're gonna unscrew this, we'll loosen this. We're gonna take the hook back here, it's just a little hook that hooks on there. This is gonna lock in place, so when you bring this down, you pull it out, but it locks in place. This goes right in there, you just line this up. All right. So to start it, we're gonna hold the power button, and we're gonna take one of these NFC cards. See, the screen comes on, and now it's officially on. So you'll see it's in park mode. A couple different things on the dashboard here. This is going to be your mode switcher. So this takes it from park to eco to sport to race. Then you hold this to take it back, sport, eco, race. If you stop touching it, I believe it automatically goes into park. You have the dual motor control. The 2 little motors there will show you you're on dual motor. If you're not, it won't show it. These are signals, left turn signal, right turn signal. You just click them. You've got the brake light. You hold this down for the headlight. Headlight's on the wheel itself, so it'll go where you turn. Only other thing, you'll show miles per hour here. You can switch it kilometers an hour if you want. You'll show your battery here. And there's actually a secret menu that if you hold both of these buttons, it'll take you to a secret menu where you can change a couple different things. These things include how bright this is. It includes whether or not you want to have to push off to start. A whole bunch of different things. I'll include in the video a little snippet of all the things you can do in the secret menu, but let's actually get on this thing and test it. Okay guys, we are off. We're in eco mode to start. We have this little trigger throttle. Eco mode is fine. It's getting us to 18. Probably not much above that. Let's go into sport. Sport's moving us a little more. I will say this display is a little bit hard to read in the sun. And screw it, let's just go right into race mode, baby. Single motor right now, so just the rear. This is in race. Actually not that scary. I thought it was going to be super scary. But we're going up a hill right now. 24. 25. I probably look ridiculous in this full face helmet, but honestly, I feel like you need it on a scooter more than anything. These things are sketchy. Wow, and that must be the ABS kicking in, because I feel like there's almost regen when I hit the brakes so that I don't skid out. It felt pretty cool from a stop on single motor, but let's do dual motor. Ready? Woo! Woo! All right, that's a lot quicker. Holy hell. And we're getting up to the speed 36. 39? What? 40? You guys see this? 41? No way. No way this thing actually does 40 as advertised. I mean, who knows? The speedo could be inaccurate, but oh my God, we're doing 40 and this thing is so scary. Holy hell. It's just like the second you hit a bump on this. I think it's some sort of regen braking that it incorporates, but wow, the dual motor makes it crazy. It makes it feel like it pulls so much harder. Whoa. Yo. Okay, let's keep riding. Oh, so when you get off it for a little bit, it does put it right into park mode, it looks like. So we're gonna pop it right back into eco. Frick eco, we're going into frickin' race mode, buddy. Yeah. Oh my God, it really pulls. So I think riding this in dual motor is a lot more fun. You literally, it's so much power. It feels like I feel the bars freaking like pulling back almost. It's kind of crazy. Crazy amounts of power. It's 2,000 watt motors, but damn do they pull. It's a 48 volt battery, 20 amp hour. So they claim up to 50 miles of range. I have to imagine that's like in single motor mode and eco. So like that's like cruising like this. This is, I feel like the equivalent of a Lime scooter maybe. Scooter feels super agile though for what it is. It's obviously taller, I think slightly bigger wheels than like a standard little scooter. This, it feels super comfortable cruising like this. Once you move up in power, it's a little sketchier. But yeah, let's test out this suspension here. All right, let's jump this. Woo! It's not the biggest suspension in the world, so that's kind of to be expected, but it feels good for what it is. All right, so we're gonna head to the little trail test here, but the brakes are actually surprisingly good. That's the front, right is the rear brake. Woo! We wheelie it? Oh, we're wheeling. No way. Try and drag a foot to wheelie. I feel like you actually could wheelie this thing with some practice. Woo! I don't know if I got it, but I bet Lil Man, one way Lil Man could wheelie it. He's the scooter wheelier. But yeah, I mean, the brakes are actually surprisingly good. They are just mechanical brakes, so they're not like hydraulic brakes. It looks like you could absolutely switch them out. The mounts look super similar to like a Zoom brake. But yeah, I mean, for just popping around town, this thing actually, it's crazy how fast it is too, dude. Like, you could actually keep up with like Surround. It's kind of nuts. Stock Surrounds, I would say. This thing would honestly be super convenient if you live like in the city and you just like need to pop around places. Not something you want to throw a helmet on for. That way you don't have to like pull a bike out of the garage. See the off-road test here. It's very quiet because of these hub motors. Okay, here we go. Woo! This is some pretty soft stuff in here. Oh, it's very bumpy. These are very small wheels. So you can definitely take it off-road and you have all this grip with a two-wheel drive. Your only limiting factor is going to be that you've got really small wheels, so your clearance just isn't going to be as good. But we come right out of here. Oh my God, this thing is just climbing, dude. Holy hell, I'm like holding on for my dear life. The thing just climbs. But this will just climb right up it. The two-wheel drive seriously helps a ton. It's probably good too if you're riding like in inclement weather. If this is a commuter, you're riding in the rain, or God forbid it's a little snowy. But that's crazy. You can just ride this thing like, dude, I'm properly off-roading this. Okay, so I want to do one more hill climb test on this thing before I call it quits. But I have to say, this thing is enjoyable, but this is going to be the hill climb of all hill climb tests. Race mode, no run up. Oh. Okay, that wasn't that much more run up. That's pretty damn impressive that it can just ride up that. A Lime scooter would never be able to do that. I feel like it should be able to do that for the price that it costs, but you wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff on a Lime scooter. And it's really, for $8.99, a pretty damn good deal, if we're being real. As you guys know, I'm not really into scooters. It's not my thing, but I can understand some of the allure. I think going really fast on one of these things is genuinely very scary because of these tiny little wheels and this big, long steering tube. I think it's inherently sketchy. That's why it's honestly more important to wear a helmet on one of these. You can freaking bring this thing virtually anywhere since it folds down, but let's talk more about that in the garage. So guys, the Ausom L2 Max. I won't lie, as much crap as I was talking on scooters in this video, I do think they're pretty fun. Obviously, I've ridden Lime scooters and Bird scooters, renting them. I think for me, the biggest thing is like understanding use case for something like this. Specifically, if you're like a commuter looking for something to get around the city, to get around work, or it could just be a fun little tour to rip up back roads or bike trails and so on. But for me, it's definitely not a replacement for something like my RTR or Surround. It's a totally different class. For me, it's something more of a convenience commuter type deal. I think if you're really really looking for something to actually be able to commute on, this is a great option because it's a ton of fun. It's a decent price at $8.99, but it's something you can ride outside of just commuting. Like for one, it's gonna have great battery life. You could ride with Surrounds if you really wanted to. It does 40 miles per hour. I don't know if I'd want to be doing that fast all the time on it because it does start to get sketchy. The geometry of a scooter in and of itself is sketchy just because you have these tiny ass little wheels, a super tall steering stem. It's sketchy, but it also makes it kind of fun. Would I personally buy it myself? Probably not. I know there's other hyper scooters out there that are really fast. They're also like really expensive, like thousands of dollars. For this to be under $1,000, have a 48 volt, 20 amp hour, have 56 miles of range, and it actually does 40 like it claims, that's pretty impressive. I think it looks pretty cool for the fact that it's a scooter, and I do like that you can fold it up, but my one qualm is that it's very heavy. It's not that easy to carry around or carry up steps. I was decently impressed with the brakes. I think the eABS is really cool. I think there's a lot of features that are actually worthwhile and not just gimmicky. And weirdly, I really like the lights too. I don't usually like stuff like that, but I think the lights on the deck were a nice touch because they look like they're actually well done.
Yeah guys, I don't know, something about this scooter just reminds you of childhood. Even my girlfriend hopped on the thing, rode it around, and literally asked if we could keep it because she was having so much fun on it.
Look how happy you are.
There's something about the nature of riding a scooter that brings you back to the old days of riding a Razor push scooter.
Well guys, I think that's gonna do it for my thoughts on the Ausom L2 Max. I'd say it's pretty awesome. For what it is, I actually really like it. Now, if you're interested in buying this scooter, I'll link my discount code in the description, as well as a link to the actual product listing itself, if you're interested, so you can save a couple bucks. Otherwise, guys, we are on our road to 100K subs. We're so close. I really appreciate all of you who are subbed, but if you could sub, if you're not, it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, though, I'll catch you guys next time. Leave any comments down below with any questions you have. Peace.